How you been?
Good. We're currently in Osaka, Japan right now.
How
Getting
how is the
ready.
tour? How is the tour going?
It's going good. It's been it's been actually the tour has been going since June, and we with a couple little breaks in between. But now we have three shows in Japan and Singapore, Thailand, and then we're going to come see you guys in Australia.
Rock
So
and roll.
yeah,
Let's just
baby.
let's just backtrack. I spoke to you just when Empire of the Blind was coming out.
Right.
Came out at a weird time in our history. Um, how did that go, and how frustrating was it being not going out to be able to tour? What did you do?
Yeah, it was really frustrating, and I was actually right in the middle of moving to from California to Florida, and it kind of altered our plans. I mean, we still moved, but it just sort of like complicated things a little bit, and but then it actually because we were in kind of been locked down as far as what movements about the world, whatever. And I didn't go out on tour. Was able to help my wife get the house together in Florida and sort of be there instead of not being there and leave her to do most of the work. I almost got out of it.
It's all good. So when were you allowed out? I'm talking about the world letting you go out on tour, not about your wife letting you out of the house. When did the world let you back out on the road?
Well, June 1st.
Yeah, is that the first time?
Yeah,
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 right.
this year. Yeah.
So
And we've
where did
taken full advantage of it, I'll tell you.
yeah, yeah. Where has that tour taken you?
Well, we did 10 weeks in Europe. We started off the first 3 weeks headlining, and we took the band Toxic out, and we did 3 weeks on our own in Europe, and then we had a little break, and then we went back out July. I think the first show was July 7th, and we did some shows on our own, but we also did a bunch of shows with Exodus and Testament, and hit a bunch of festivals, and that was 7 weeks in your all over Europe. It took us, Germany, Switzerland, uh, Czech, Poland, you name it, Austria. And then we came home for a little bit, and then we went to South America. We played in Paraguay and Argentina and Sao Paulo, Brazil. And then we had a little break. And oh, by the way, when we were in South America, we played with the band from Japan, Neuroticos, which are like our buddies now. And this, now we're in their country. They came to the last two shows that we played. But anyway, we had a break, and then we went out with Warbringer and Misfire on the west coast of the United States for 3 weeks. And then we had a little short break, and then now we're in Japan.
Yeah, right. With Europe, with crossing all those national borders, with the way the world is at the moment, was it that difficult with different rules from country to country?
No, things were opening up as we were moving around, and we didn't really have any hassles. I think it was a little more, I wouldn't say strict, but they definitely had some more guidelines in like Italy,
Right.
as far as flights and stuff,
Mm.
because some places we were flying in. And so it just depending on where we're going, there was just different things you had to kind of follow.
Yeah.
But I mean, all sensible stuff, you know.
Whenever I talk to someone touring around the place, such as yourself, I always talk about those European festivals. But you've been to South America recently. Tell us what it's like playing in South America. What was the most um, memorable place and why?
Well, I have to tell you, I mean, the shows were great. They were great. But my most memorable evening was in Paraguay. We got picked up. You know, we flew into Sao Paulo, and then we had to take another flight into Paraguay, and there was a bunch of people that helped out to receive us and then drive us to the airport or drive us to the hotel. And the girl that I rode with, her name was Elizabeth. Later on, the promoter was going to take us out to dinner. Well, we didn't know that we were going to go to Elizabeth's and her husband William's house for dinner.
Right. Yeah, right.
And the Neuroticos guys came, and all of us went to their house, and they had like a 20-foot banquet table in their backyard, and they had a barbecue oven in their pool room, and they just took amazing care of us and fed us like kings. And it really set the tone for the time we were there, because we got to know everybody and hang out and eat and drink and bullshit, you know, and get ready to play some shows with them. And it just really set the tone. And for me, it was just such a beautiful thing for them to do. And I'll never forget it till the day I die.
Yeah. Rock and roll. Good times.
Yeah. The hospitality and really everywhere we went. There's this guy, Thomas Pinero. He's an artist, and he's from Brazil. He's done a lot of really cool animated, you know, caricatures of us and also of other musicians, and it's all over Facebook. And we had a chance to meet with him, and he took us out to lunch, and that was super cool. And he took us to his kung fu studio and gave us a little kung fu demonstration. You know, and yeah, he's like a kung fu master. And that was really cool too. So we just enjoyed that. I mean, the people are just amazing.
Yeah.
So,
the things you experience traveling the world, eh?
yeah.
So how did this tour of Australia come about? This caught me by surprise when I was on Facebook back when it sort of got announced, and then boom, and we're like, what the fuck? How did this come about?
Well, as we were putting this thing together to be here in Japan, the promoter that we worked with that set things up knew people to make it happen, to do something in Australia and also Singapore and Thailand. And so, you know, it took a little time to make that work, you know, as far as the logistics and everything. But like, you know, we've never been to Thailand, we've never been to Singapore, and we've definitely never been to Australia. And so when we had the opportunity to come, it's like, well, we jumped on it, you know. And you know, it was just, but it was all part of, you know, everything that was happening as far as coming to Japan. It just made sense.
Yeah. We appreciate you doing this. We are aware that we are a long way away. So it's good that you're coming. So we're looking forward to that. So that's coming up very, very soon. You're playing here in Adelaide tomorrow week, which we're very excited about. Playing a unique venue.
Well, you know, hey, I mean, like I said, it's our first time coming over, and you know, we're pretty pumped about being there, and we hope that it just, you know, sort of paves the way for us to come and come every year or whatever. You know what I mean? The more we can get out there, and you know, we know that there's a lot of metal fans in Australia, and we'd like to definitely meet everybody and hang out.
We'll be there. With the band being in Florida, is it the whole band in Florida or just yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just me.
Yeah. Okay.
We're all, but the band's all spread out all over the country. It's crazy.
Yeah. How did you go personally with the hurricane recently? Everything all
well, good? Everything's good. We, you know, we actually lucked out. We lost a few shingles off our roof.
Right.
And that was basically it. And that's all buttoned up now. I was actually out on the tour with Warbringer when it happened. I think we were in Las Vegas the night that it hit. So my wife hunkered down. She had her parents come, and her dad helped her put up all the wooden coverings for all the windows and all that in the doors that he had already, he had built them years ago for her, for such events. And so he was there to help and get all that wrapped up and buttoned up. And we have 2 puppies, or 2 dogs and a cat, and they all just, hunkered down. And sorry, my phone. What's going on? Oh, sorry.
That's all good.
I got a little thing that said battery low.
Yeah.
I better charge it in a minute. But anyway, yeah, like I said, it was okay, but it was a lot of our neighbors and in the area that had some flooding, and it's pretty horrific for a lot of people there, and it's awful. I almost feel guilty for only having a ding on our roof,
Yeah, I know a few people in Florida, and some were affected. So it's pretty full on, and we feel for them. And anyway, on to better things. So you're playing Japan right now. Then you've got Singapore and Thailand.
Correct.
Then here.
Yeah.
Then
we go home. Then we go home. We take a break. Get through some holidays and rest up, I guess. And we're looking to get back out there next year. Working on things already. We want to stay busy. We want to keep working while we can.
I normally ask for a funny story from tour, but you told me an absolute ripper last time about alcohol on the plane between Europe and New York.
Yeah.
Anything memorable in that sort of realm as regard to a Spinal Tap story that's happened recently on this tour?
Sure, I got a good one.
Well,
we did a show. I believe it was in Italy, in Lupolo. It was a festival, and that was with Testament and Exodus. And we were having a little bit of a Jaeger party, and everybody was kind of coming over to our little bus, and Dave Lombardo came over, Tom Hunting, everybody was kind of, hanging out with us, and we were drinking Jägermeister shots, and then we had to get on the road, and the Jaeger was flowing big time. And Jim, our drummer, and Kyle DC, who's filling in for Lee right now, they were partaking in a heavy way. We were all drinking it, but we were partying down the road, down the highway, and then they blew a head gasket, and we were on the side of the highway, and of course we didn't stop partying. We just kept. And then Kyle was not in a good way. He did just a little bit too much and was just having a hard time. But Jim just kept on. Oh, it was just going on, and then the cops came because we're on the side of the highway, and it was one of those things where it's like, okay, now the police are here. We're all completely plastered, but luckily we have a driver. So, but then we had to get a tow. They had to tow us off the highway. And the tow truck came and charged us 800 euros to go about, I think, 2 kilometers off the highway. 800 euros.
Steep. It's a bit steep.
Yeah. But we ended up we missed our show in Hamburg because we were stuck. And it took a day and a half. And our good friend came and rescued us and took us. We did the Headbangers Open Air Festival the following day.
Yeah.
So everything was good, but that was a little bit of a dicey situation.
Yeah.
Thanks to Jägermeister. Oh, and I got a good one too. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's all right.
Another good one was on the first tour in June. We did a festival. It was called I don't want to fuck this up. Shit. What was it called? Nobody's around. I can't get any help right now. What is the festival? Shit. It'll come to me in a minute. But we did this. We came in. We were headlining this festival, and it was a sold out show, and it was a really cool spot. It was like by a lake, and they built this. They had this cool stage, and it was kind of like a mini amphitheater. And Jägermeister has been the sort of the mantra for all the shows, you know. And we show up, and the backstage area is this big like lodge type place, and they had a Jägermeister machine that you put your bottles of Jägermeister, and it cools the Jägermeister to -3 degrees, so it's nice and chilled coming out. And we asked the promoter if we could, you know, because it had wheels on it, could we roll it down and put it on the stage for the show? And he agreed. And so we're pouring shots during
on
the show.
stage.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then we started. We had a stack of cups, so we started handing out shots to the crowd, and it was a freaking blast. It was such a party, and everybody had been out. It was a hot day, you know, during the day, and people were out there watching the bands and trying to stay cool, trying to stay in the shade. And, you know, finally it cooled off. We're playing, and, you know, and then we just made the party go with this Jägermeister machine. It was epic. It was epic.
Was that the Rock Hard Festival?
Not Rock Hard. That was the second show of the tour. Was Rock Hard. I'm trying. I can't think of it right now.
I've got a list of tour dates here. There's Regensburg, then Mannheim, and then Bad Oeynhausen, Schönenberg, and then Rainer and Hypothalamus, Druckery. No, one of them.
Hold on, I'm gonna get some help. Hold on, follow me.
Metal Fest.
Cragen's sleeping. Hold on. I'm also grabbing the charger.
Into the Grave Festival.
Not Into the Grave. What was the festival that we had the Jägermeister machine?
Oh, Iron Fest.
Iron Fest.
Iron Fest.
Iron Fest.
Right. I don't see that one here. Oh, yeah, here yeah, that's Schöneberg. Yeah. Schöneberg Iron Fest. Fucking hell. I've noticed that all your stories involve a bit of this. Yeah.
Well, you know. I mean, yeah, that was such a fun night. And then there was a huge dance party after. Hold on. There. About to die.
Well,
yeah, so we've had. I mean, go ahead.
We want you in tip-top shape down here, so don't party too hard.
We will be. Well, you know, it's been good. I mean, we've had some good fun out of this one. You know, we have a few friends that are here in Japan that have come to the shows, and everybody's been amazing as well here. So, okay.
Hey.
Well, I appreciate you.
Hey, thanks so much for coming on. One thing I get everybody to do, if you wouldn't mind, give us the horns right up in the camera. Excellent. Because it's important to be heavy metal about it.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks,
everybody
man.
Has this all the time, but that's the DOA. Oh. And then.
Hey, thanks, man. We'll see you very soon. Good luck. Stay safe until then. And we'll have a good one with you next weekend.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, brother.
Thanks for your time, man. Stay cool.
All right. See you soon.